So much wrestling going on. Bo and Uncle Peter are here to help. Now listen up.
I'd give real money if he'd shut up.
Wrestling News, episode 53. Steamed crab cookies.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome back to another thrilling edition of Comic Book Man's Video Outhouse. I am your not at all humble host, Uncle Peter, and joining me as he always does, the Professor, the Minister of Information, the Oracle, and any other cheesy name I can come up for his smiling face.
Bo.
The shocked
I am
Bo.
shocked.
You are shocked.
I can't believe it.
Shocked to discover gambling.
I'm dumbfounded.
A reference we will get to.
Yes.
But today it's one of two things. It's either the seventh seal of the apocalypse
I saw that.
or more WWE news. And lucky for you,
Let it be the apocalypse.
not this time.
Son of a...
I
Darn.
ate the apocalypse. I put some cheese sauce on it.
It was really good.
Muy tasty.
Really good. But today it's more WWE news, which we're bringing to you from where we always do, Alternate Reality Incorporated, that comic book megastore next to the corner of 111th in Kedzie.
Close enough.
In the beautiful neighborhood of Mount Greenwood here in Chicago. It's lovely this time of year.
No bigger?
The grease on the streets is so much harder to see. Alternate Reality Incorporated, where all your new books are 15% off. You've heard all this before. It hasn't changed. You come, you buy new books. He knocks 15% off the cost. You got to get there to get that. Speaking of getting, or in this case, not getting.
No longer getting.
No longer getting. A little pharmacology news from the WWE. There is a medicine out there that these kids can't get no more.
The WWE is part of their ongoing
Wellness
efforts to
program.
improve the wellness program. This week,
And not to mention their public image.
Right, ban the drug Carasprotol. The drug is also known as somas.
Somas.
They are muscle relaxants.
Big time.
The WWE
Big
talent will
time.
no longer effective right now be able to use the drug even if they have a prescription from their doctor.
Right. It is a banned
Somas
substance.
is a drug that is used by most people who work in wrestling.
Yes.
Louis Spicolli from ECW.
Right.
OD to somas.
Right.
Eugene's tenure with the WWE ended because he took somas and passed out in the hotel lobby.
Bad.
There have been a number of situations where people have showed up at cons and sort of like passed out at the table.
Those
because they were on
dazed out.
somas.
Now, why would they take these somas?
Well, you work a couple days a week. You're
Right.
bouncing back and forth. You're hitting on a ring. It's kind of hard. You don't have a lot of time to rehab, sit around the house and cool out.
Right.
You need something to help you along a bit.
a little bit.
And
a
so
little
you take a couple
a
somas.
little better living through
you have a
chemistry.
couple
With
beers,
apologies to
and
Monsanto.
You
Yeah.
get relaxed.
And sometimes you get a little too relaxed, and,
yes.
you get permanently relaxed.
And you get relaxed into the ground.
So, the WWE had to do something.
And
Too
so-
many of these young guys are gacking too soon.
And
So,
you
while I'm not
also-
sure about even with the doctor's prescription, but, it's their deal.
They're saying basically their attitude is, what do you need a prescription for muscle relaxers for?
Yeah. And if you're that hurt, you should probably take time off.
Well, no.
Or
See,
something.
there's that catch-22.
Yes.
If you take time off, they cut you.
Looking out for you as they always do. Button brighter at WWE News. The greatest show on earth, Wrestlemania. We got news on that. Why didn't you fill them in?
The natural plan is this is the plan as of now, because lately the WWE planned stuff about as far as from here to
From here to there. From here
the plan
to
is
here.
to have the top 3 matches for WrestleMania determined by November.
Right.
There are currently plans to have a number of people turning either face or heel by the time
Do some
WrestleMania
swaps.
rolls around.
Yes.
One of the things that is more or less definitely planned is the melding of the championship belts. And
They're going to unify the belts.
And so right now, as of now, the plan for WrestleMania for that plan is Sheamus versus The Undertaker.
Cool.
I don't think The Undertaker's going to have the belt by that point, but what the hell? Let's just take it.
He's going to win. They're not going to break the streak.
Yeah, he's not going to break the streak, so it's like, what's the point? And he can barely work a full schedule as it is.
Exactly.
So,
He's getting old.
it's not a good plan.
He's getting old. Anyway, keep looking for more news on that. We'll bring it to you. And since we're the only ones that count, come here.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Yeah.
We'll tell you.
Yeah.
We'll tell you. And finally, we're going to finish up with a story that's kind of got the juices boiling and the
he's
blood
sipping on
flowing here in the outhouse. Seems like the WWE is being investigated by a certain governmental agency, and I'm going to let Bo fill you in the details before I give the democratic response, so to speak.
Is it the Tea Party? Is the Tea Party
It's
investigating
not the Tea
him?
Party.
No.
Pay no attention to the crooked wizard behind the curtain. Go ahead, Bo.
It
I want
was,
some lemon with my tea.
With my tea, I'd like one
it
lump.
was revealed in
Yes.
the newspapers in Connecticut that the WWE is under investigation by the state of Connecticut.
By the state of Connecticut.
About the company considering wrestlers independent contractors
Right.
and not full-time employees
Right.
who get health benefits.
Exactly.
The WWE is claiming politics in this, saying, well, you know, Linda McMahon's running for the Senate.
I'll get to
You're
in a minute.
doing this. The Attorney General of the state, Richard Blumenthal, his office is not running the investigation. The state
Merely a coincidence.
The state employment blood is doing it. Now,
merely a coincidence.
this isn't exactly a major shock. Last year, you had a lawsuit thrown out in court under technicality. Former
Right.
WWE wrestlers Mike Sanders, who worked in WCW, never worked in WWE
Right.
after the name. Raven, Scott Levy, and the now deceased Chris Kanyon
Yes.
had sued the WWE about the concept of being known as an independent
Over the same
contractor
thing.
because under that statute, if I work for the WWE and let's say I had a couple weeks off of vacation, I could work for TNA because I don't really work for the WWE. I'm an independent contractor. That's not what the statute is supposed to be for. They're either employees or they're not.
Okay.
They can't be both.
Now, if I may.
Certainly.
Merits to these particular cases aside, and it's fine, you know, the courts are going to set this out. We have an election in the state of Connecticut in a little over a month.
Yes.
The CEO of the WWE, Linda McMahon, is running for the United States Senate.
Yes.
Her opponent happens to be the Attorney General of the state of Connecticut. Now, you said that this stuff had been in the works for a year. My question, and I am dead serious on this one, but I'll let the viewers make up their own minds.
Gee, thanks.
To spring all of that on you a month before the election, if you don't think politics is involved in this, you are dreaming. Okay? You are absolutely dreaming. And it borders on an abuse of power, which has happened before. You know, we're not going to pretend it doesn't. But come on, don't tell me it has anything to do with workers' health or worker safety or health issues or health care issues. This is just me on a little rant, and I'm done with it because we're out of time. But check this out, and please decide for yourself the relative merits of this whole thing.
Now, if...
When I said we're out of time, we're out of time.
But no, if the state of Connecticut considers this true, this will apply to TNA and any other wrestling organization as well.
I wasn't commenting on the merits of the thing, just the timing.
The timing, you go, well, the timing's a little iffy.
State of Connecticut.
But this is something that has been floating underneath the water for quite some time.
So anyway, that's just our little intrusion of the real world into this fantasy land we talk about.
Real world? What the hell is that?
We'll go back to the nonsense the next time when we see you. But until then, for all news, views on comic books, media, movies, the whole schmear, that this man works like an absolute Spartan to bring to you. He really does work his butt off, and he just wants to know that it's appreciated. So you go to our little stop on the information superhighway, where the little sprite, Sarah, she's going to tell you right where it is.
If I had a dime for every time I gave out the sub address, hey, give me another dime. www.myalternatereality.com. This is a button.
Thank you, Sarah. You did that very well. And with that, I'm Uncle Peter.
I'm Bo.
That's Bo. We're happy to bring this stuff to you, but I'm out of gas, so see ya.
The Alternate Reality Hero of the Month this month is Wolverine. That's right. The man who's the best he is at what he does is going to be 25% off all month long here at Alternate Reality. All of his soft covers, all of his hard covers, all of his essentials. Every Wolverine trade paperback in the place is 25% off all month long. And our Hero of the Week sale, which is every week, will feature Wolverine all month long. So there'll be a bunch of Wolverine comic books that'll be $1 each all month long here at Alternate Reality. So like Wolverine, we're the best we are at what we do, and that's save you money.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.